Okay, here I am in Colombo, Sri Lanka, here at the old racecourse, which has been all opened up. The Independence Square is on the far side to my left. And this is the old racecourse. The racecourse, as you can see, which is all pedestrianized. And there used to be the racecourse Pavilion. Now it's a rugby stadium and a nice little space for entertaining the Sri Lankan residents. Now this is all done by the ex-military guys, or the military now no longer required in the country. So they have used their resources, which is plentiful, and invested in this beautiful construction of the old racecourse, now into an entertainment old gallery and part of the Sri Lanka's. Is it okay to come? Is it okay to come? Have a look. Fantastic. So we got the seatings, all new. There we have it. And the racecourse, the grounds. Beautiful, beautifully done. Huh? Yeah. Colombo. This is the Racecourse Pavilion. Yeah. Fabulous features, fabulous place to relax. Small restaurant, clubs, bars. All features, huh? All features. Is that right? KFC, you got KFC there. Can't go wrong. Huh? Can't go wrong. Tales of the legend. Century Volume Council here in Colombo, where the Ceylon Turf Club was established back in 1800s. Horse races were conducted then. In fact, in the late 90s, the land around here was called the Cinnamon Gardens, which was constructing or making cinnamon or planting cinnamon, which is one of the spices traditionally Sinhalese or Sri Lankan. A number of small buildings in which the house of the jockey rooms, which is on the other side of this building, or on the facing front around the racetrack. You have all of the old traditional English style gentleman's club, the actual etiquette that went along with the racecourse. And then come the Second World War, the Colombo Racecourse was then temporary airfield for the Royal Air Force here in this particular area of Colombo. And of course thereafter there's been several other buildings that popped around here which they have converted into a school, a prestigious school I mentioned earlier on called Royal College. Thereafter, certain establishments of the building is actually also allocated to the university premises, Colombo University, and so on. Yeah, they're on the history of the racecourse and the pavilion remains pretty much in great condition until this present time, but of course it has gone through a massive refurbishment program and converted into a more leisure and training center. Majority of these buildings at the time of war, which was enshrouded the entire country for almost 30 years, has been totally run down, and it used to be military barracks, and it still is. The military, the Sri Lankan army, is present on the other side of this racecourse. Hence the army of Sri Lanka, after the war that ended in 2009, restored the entire building and its construction, and the look of it was totally changed, and had it to the civilian population of this country. The engineering service of Sri Lankan Army has done a great and a spirit of work, well conducted, well manneredly put together. All we need is actually certain traditions and values to be implanted in here as a vision for the future of this nation and its great deep values and the great history and traditions of this country. Particularly, well, we've got Ceylon tea here. When you look at the crowd pulling places on this particular location, is the foreign food companies, the fast foods, that has actually taken over. The Ceylon tea, which is just in here, in collaboration with Sri Lankan Airways, I think. They're really light in their customers. You see, nobody's in there.